So, good morning. If you join today's session, this means your academic home is University College. University College includes students who are undecided about their major, or perhaps part of transition studies, or even one of our majors in general studies or interdisciplinary studies degrees. So, we are your first academic home. And my name is Dr. Jill Simons, and I'm the Dean of this college. And on behalf of our faculty, our staff, our students of University College, we want to give you our formal first welcome to A-State. This week kicks off your class of 2024 start at Arkansas State University, and this is your official welcome from University College. Also joining me today, as we have listed on the slide, is University College Associate Dean, Ms. Nikesha Nesbitt, and her staff are with her today. Ms. Barbara Doyle, Director of Concurrent Education, is currently out registering our high school students, so she is not able to join us. Ms. Melissa Jackson, who is the director of the Wilson Advising Center, she is here with her team today. Also, we have Ms. Kelly Listenby. Kelly is the director of our Learning Support Services, which is our tutoring, and she also coordinated first year experience, which you may hear about as Making Connections, and she is your liaison to that. Mr. Gerard Lockhart, who runs our Student Support Services program. Ms. Rebecca Oliver is the director of our Honors College. She's waving, and she has already involved some of you, if you're part of the Honors College, in her welcome activities. Ms. Alyssa Wells is our Student Outreach Coordinator, but you'll know her best as our PAC Support Director. You'll want to reach out to her at any point, very easy to get hold of. And finally, we have Dr. Abby Wilson, who is the director of our Student Athletic Support Program. So if you're part of one of our student athletes in her area, you'll get to know her. You probably already have got to know her. So Alyssa, we'll move away from the slide so we can see our directors. You're going to hear from each of those directors in just a few minutes, but I wanted to start with just a few fun facts about this class. I pulled these over the weekend. Some of this will be pretty obvious to you. 96% of you were born in 2001 or 2002. That means 4% of you hover around that range, or maybe not. For some of us, that's an alarming number, but for you, that probably sounds about right. 62% of you share the same first name with somebody else in this class. So we have some duplication there. 38 of you are either named Jacob. Thank you very much. And 84% of you are from Arkansas, which is a usual number, but we also have students representing 23 other states in this area or in the United States, which is exciting for us. Most of our students that started selected a major in nursing and health professions, but second up was undecided. So that means you're in good company today if you're still trying to decide on your major. In fact, 20% of you switched your major from when you first submitted your application to now, and many more of you will in this upcoming year. And I share these facts only because I want you to know you're pretty normal. You fit this incoming class. A lot of you are still trying to decide what you want to do or what that's going to look like. Even if you have a decided major, you may still be deciding where this is going to lead you on your career path. And everybody that you'll hear from today are here to help you. But there's also some differences. You hear that people are from different areas. They'll have different personalities. They'll have different characteristics. And we want this to be an exciting year where you can go out and meet peers of all different backgrounds and really embrace learning about your class of 2024. So today's session was really designed to motivate and inspire you. I've asked all of my leadership team to start with a word of wisdom for you. Between us in the room, we have a couple of years of collective experience. We want to share this with you. We want to really make sure you get off to the best start that you can. And following today's presentation, we have a word from Dr. Dampus, and then we're going to open the floor from PAC support so that we can answer any of your questions and make sure you get off to the best start that you can. So first up, to share her word of wisdom to the incoming class is Miss Takara Carter. Miss Carter, you are up next.
My name is Takara Carter. I'm the Director of Transition Studies. Dr. Simon skipped me in the intro, so most of you are here. and your transition studies at MITS. So we want to welcome you to the pack. We're excited to have you. My word of advice for all of you is to ask questions. Don't be afraid. Everybody in this room with you on those first days of classes will be brand new to A State. They have the same questions you have. Ask for help if you need it. We're here to help you through whatever circumstances you find yourself in. If you're needing help with maneuvering through Blackboard or need help finding classes, please stop and ask any of the faculty and staff in our area to assist you. And again, welcome to the pack.
Thank you, Ms. Carter. Ms. Melissa Jackson, what do you have to share with this group?
Good morning, Redwood. I'm Melissa Jackson, as Dr. Farmer just shared. I'm the director of the Wilson Advisory Center, and we work with the undeclared neighbors. So most of you are undeclared. Woohoo, that's okay. We're here to try to help you figure it out. I would like to share just one bit of wisdom, and that is to be intentional, to do something new at least once a week. Um, as you are learning your new environment around you and meeting new people and asking questions, we want you to step outside of your comfort zone. And this is the best time because everybody's a little anxious right now around you. I mean, these are your peers. You have not been here, and we want you to find your place here, and we want to help you leave your print here when you're gone. And what better time to start that than now? So start to do something new every week. One thing, even if it's just having lunch with someone you've not met. Okay? Wolves up.
Melissa, thank you. I think I could take you up on that advice. So next we have Kelly Listenby.
Good morning. I'm Kelly Listenby, and my advice to you this semester would be to jump in. Don't be afraid to jump in, and very similar to Miss Carter and Miss Melissa. If you see students having fun doing something, and you're not sure how to get involved in that, go ask. Our students were painting on the lawn last night. If you walked by and you thought that looked like fun, make sure that you're just jumping in. Go and ask someone, how did you get involved in this? How did you hear about this? And just become a part of something this semester. You'll have so much more fun.
Also have Gerard Lockhart, who is here to share a few words.
Good morning, Red Wolves. We're so excited that you're here. And I will tell you personally, you are involved in the best academic college there is on our campus. I, too, like yourself, was a undergraduate studies or under university college student when I first enrolled at Arkansas State University. I had a few developmental courses that I needed to complete, but I completed those courses. In a large part, it was due to the fantastic support and the mentorship that came from the faculty and other students that were involved with University College at that time. If I had to offer some advice, there are two things that I want to share with you. Celebrate every moment. It could be that you made it to class on time every class that week. It could be that you met a new friend for the first time, or you could have overcome a unique fear. Celebrate that. Enjoy that moment. Don't allow the small things to pass you by. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and you want to seize every one of those moments. And one other thing that I would share with you is don't be afraid to make a mistake. Don't be afraid of failure. It's going to happen. There are going to be some moments where you made a oops or boo boo, or it's something that's a little more kind of unfortunate. Lesson to be learned in everything. So take every lesson learned, grow, mature, and become the best red wolf that you're designed to be. Once again, welcome to Arkansas State University. Wolves up to you. And I want to acknowledge my colleague, Ms. Gwinnett Comfort and Dr. Lorna Scaife. We all represent Student Support Services, and we work with students who are first generation, students who are low income, and students with documented disabilities. Thank you.
Good morning, Red Wolves. My name is Rebecca Oliver, and I'm the director of the Honors College here at Arkansas State University. My son is a freshman off at college this year. So I'm going to give all of you the same advice that I've actually given my son. And then one more tip. But the advice is sometimes it can be intimidating when you're in college to make friends. The older you get, the more adulting that you actually do. it can be a little intimidating and you might not be sure how to approach people or how to get engaged. But I encourage you, particularly because of some of the protocols and things that we have in place to protect everyone in terms of COVID, is to actually make your circle of friends as wide as you possibly can. Don't limit yourself. Oftentimes, we tend to judge other people maybe by the way that they look or the way that they dress or something they say in class. But I would encourage you to make your circle as wide as you can because you're going to need those people this semester. The other thing that I would actually give you a tip on, and I talked with a lot of students about this yesterday, and I'm going to put my mask on for this, okay? So right now, this is how we're normally seeing people in our classes and going across campus. And what you can't see is whether I'm smiling or frowning or pursing my lips or looking confused. But what you can see are my eyes. And I would encourage you to actually really start making intentional eye contact with other students, because this is where you're going to see people's emotions and feelings. You're not going to see an upturned or a downturned lip. You're actually going to see expression in people's eyes. I think that's going to be one of the silver linings that comes out of all of this, is that we're all going to make better eye contact with other students, with faculty and staff. And I think that's going to make our relationship stronger. So welcome to A-State. Welcome to University College. We're really glad you're here.
Rebecca, thank you. And Alyssa, what words of wisdom would you share?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to A-State. My word of wisdom is a lesson that I learned when I was in college, and I didn't get involved. And so that's my advice for you, is I encourage you to get involved, whether you get involved with a club or SGA or just in your classes or your degree program. Really make that intentional effort to get involved here on campus, because it does make for a really exciting college experience. And then also make use of your support network. We are all here to support you and help you. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask questions.
Sorry, that took me a bit. I just want to welcome everyone. First of all, I'm happy to be back in classes and see some students on campus, because that's been a while. My word or advice for everyone I think this year would be to be versatile or adaptable. Things are going to be completely different this year, and no one knows what's going to happen, including professors. You know, you're usually able to go to your professors and they can steer you in the right direction and know what's going on, but it's all different. Things are still changing daily. So just be able to be adaptable, and it will help you. Don't get upset, try to keep calm, and you'll have a great semester.
Great, thank you so much. In wrapping up this session, and I hear we're still getting quite a bit of feedback, something we're going to have to start working on. But wrapping up this session in terms of words of wisdom and a welcome from University College is the Associate Director, Ms. Nikesha Nesbitt.
Good morning, Red Wolf. So delighted to see all of you all, and we are so excited to have you not only here at A-State, but a part of University College. I want to speak briefly to our majors, and I know some of you are undecided, but we do have several of you who have declared majors in our department. You're either focusing on general studies or interdisciplinary studies, and so I want to talk briefly about those majors. The first one is general studies, and that major is for any student who may be interested in multiple areas. You may be very inquisitive about chemistry. You may have a passion for poetry. You may have a love for geometry. Any areas that you may have interest in, you're able to pursue those interests, academic interests, under the umbrella of general studies. So if you have multiple interests, or if you're interested in a non-traditional degree pathway, we would love to see you. Another major that we have in our department is interdisciplinary studies, and that degree is truly unique in nature. It allows students to be able to create their own major, design something that's truly unique outside of the box that we don't have here at Arkansas State University. We know that we have students coming here with so many things that they're thinking of and that they're dreaming of and that they're imagining for a major. And sometimes they get bogged down and feel like that they can't do that major here at Arkansas State University. Well, we actually have a home for you. We have so many students in our program who are doing wonderful and unique things that they're creating. Usually we see students in that program who are interested in a pre-professional program, such as occupational therapy or physical therapy, or they're interested in becoming a chiropractor or things of that nature. And they want to be able to get all of their prerequisites and coursework under one major. So students will usually major in interdisciplinary studies with us. Or on the other side of the spectrum, we have students who are truly innovative. We had a young man who joined our program this summer who's really, really interested in not only selling and marketing shoes, but he actually wants to design and create his own shoes, his own logo. So he's interested in everything from product development all the way to seeing the fruition of the shoe come to form and actually going out and marketing it. He's going to be able to create that major and do that program under us. So we have students doing so many unique things. So if it's something that you're interested in or you have a passion about it, there's nothing outside of the realm that you can't come to us and talk to us about. And we will help you explore that and get your academic interest and make sure that you have that major. So if you're interested in doing more than one discipline or you're interested in more than one area, please feel free to stop by and visit with our department. We are located on the first floor of the library in the University College Dean Suite 143, right across the hall from the So my word of advice that I will leave with you, I sort of took it as a one word. And my one word for you would be present. And I want you to look at that word twofold. So one of them, the way that I want you to be present is actually look at each day as a unique gift for you to unwrap and have a new adventure. I know many of my esteemed colleagues have sort of mentioned and echoed this sentiment, but college is the time where you grow more into yourself and more into who you are. So you're exploring, you have all these adventures and you're learning new things. Don't sweat the small stuff. I believe Mr. Lockhart shared this. Things aren't always going to go as planned, but that's okay. Don't get bogged down in what happened today or what happened yesterday. Each new day brings about a new gift and a new present for you to unwrap and explore and do something different. And another way that I want you to look at present is college is the time where you're going to have some of the most memorable and influential years of your life. You're going to meet so many amazing people here. You're going to meet lifelong friends. You're going to meet people who will give toast at your wedding. You're going to meet people who could be your future spouses, people who you'll have late night study sessions with. So I know we're here to help you with this first day and to help you successfully navigate those 4 years and ultimately graduate. But I don't want you to miss out on those moments in between. Actually be present for those moments. And I'm guilty of getting caught up in that as well. We get caught up in social media or we get caught up in our to-do list and the next thing that we need to do, but be present for those moments. So when you're having your 20, 30-year class reunions and you can talk to your peers and say, oh, I actually remember that. That was fun when we stayed up in the union all night or we did such and such. So don't be afraid to remember that each day is a new gift and be present in your moment and your times that you're here at Arkansas State University. So with that, I wish you all a fantastic first year. And I would, again, welcome you to Arkansas State University and specifically University College, and Wolves Up.
Yes, I want to tell everybody that those words are excellent words of wisdom. And I think everybody should have a word to guide their year this year. In first year experience, you're going to be doing some journaling. So you may want to pick your core word to get you through. And at this time, we actually have some words from Dr. Dampus.
Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Kelly Dampus, and I'm the Chancellor here at Arkansas State. If we haven't met yet, I'm certain that we will see each other on campus this fall. If you see me out there wearing my mask, be sure to introduce yourself and also follow me on social media. I really enjoy hearing from our students there. Normally I'd be with you in person, but our COVID-19 precautions have turned our new college open houses into virtual meetings today. It's my pleasure to formally welcome you to Arkansas State University as the class of 2024. I'm certain you've noticed that I'm wearing my traditional college regalia today, and this is to symbolize my confidence in each of you that in just a few short years, you will be before me again, walking across the stage at commencement and accepting your diploma. While this end goal is important, my hope for you is that your next few years are filled with inspiring classroom and campus experiences. You know, college is an exciting time in your lives, and I want this journey to be enriching as well as to prepare you for your future profession. Now, I want to assure you that your first year of college at A-State will be memorable no matter how it turns out. Your faculty, along with our staff and my leadership team, have worked tirelessly to prepare for you to join us this fall in traditional in-person classes and some online classes as well, in addition to student activities wherever that's possible. All classrooms and gathering spaces adhere to social distancing standards. We have added additional outdoor seating and food locations as well. Now here's what's important. I'm really calling on you to help us keep those spaces open and safe for all students and our employees as well. It's important that we all wear our masks and that we protect our peers. The safety of our pack begins and ends with each one of us, collectively and individually. A-State is a caring community. There are support services such as tutoring and many community members here to help you navigate your college career. If at any time you have any questions or concerns, reach out to your professor, your first-year experience instructor, your academic advisor, or even to your resident assistant. You can also reach out to pacsupport@astate.edu for assistance at any time. As I close out today's welcome, I want to share with you our student community oath, something we started back in 2017. Please raise your right hand and join me in reciting our PAC Pact. As a member of the A-State PAC, I will act with integrity and respect. I will act and not be a bystander. I will act to positively change the culture. I will act because every Red Wolf counts. I will act for the well-being of the entire campus community. Thank you. You know, we created our campus oath recently to show our solidarity with each other and our commitment to each other. Now more than ever, we need to be there for each other and remember that yes, indeed, every Red Wolf counts. Now, one last tradition is our Wolves Up. It's how we Red Wolves salute each other. We say it, we hashtag it, and we show it with our Wolves Up gesture. Now, the way I do it is this. Put your hand out like this, your thumb goes in front, your fingers go below, and I like to turn it a little bit to the side so people can tell that there's a snout and these are the ears. All right, there you go. Your first Wolves Up ever, perhaps, for many of our new students especially. Now, I'm not there in person, but I'm going to ask one of your deans or instructors to get a picture of you for me in just a moment so I can share it on social media. Students, you are now official members of the A-State family and the class of 2024. I wish you a successful journey here at Arkansas State. I encourage you to participate in the many activities that we've planned out for you throughout Welcome Week. All right, until we see each other in person, just remember, it's masked up and wolves up.
Thank you. I think that's an important message and echoes a lot of what we've heard today. We are going to try to do a class photo. Alyssa's going to try to do a screenshot as we move across all the different areas of students. So we want you to practice your wolves up. Gerard, you had it down. You had it at the side. You had everything perfect. Do you want to lead us in this?
All right, everybody. Palm out, thumb to the front. Bring the two middle fingers down. Turn to the side. Wolves up. That's good, Dr. Coleman. I like it.
Okay, I think I got everyone.
Thank you. Loving those snouts out, as Dr. Dampus said. We're going to go to our concluding remarks at this time. We'll pull up our final two slides. Dr. Dampus mentioned that the week is full, and many of our directors said, get involved. These are easy activities to slide through and participate in. You can go with a friend. You can drop in by yourself. These are kind of low stakes activities, many with prizes and other things, all of course managed by appropriate social distancing. And from what I understand, this is handled by our Student Government Association and our Student Activities Board. And if you follow them on Facebook, they'll have all the details for each of these activities. But we want you to get involved and we want you to start this week. Is our last takeaway. And this is my word of advice for you. Never hesitate to reach out for support. I know some of our students are first generation. I know myself fit into this category. And sometimes you're on a new in campus and you don't want to ask for help or you're not sure who to ask for help. Well, we've made it very easy for you. All you have to do is remember this one email, pacsupport@astate.edu. which is hosted by Alyssa Wells. Alyssa, if you would wave. There is a person behind the scenes. Alyssa monitors this round the clock usually, and you'll get a response back, or she'll direct you to the right resource. But no matter what goes on while you're here at A-State, raise your hand if something comes up. Let us know you're struggling. You're never in it alone. I doubt it'll be anything we haven't heard before, and we can work with you. And in addition to Alyssa, Alyssa works with a large group of individuals, so she knows how to get someone to help you. She knows who are the right resources. So please reach out, pacsupport@astate.edu. And at this time, I'd like to open the floor, hosted by PAC Support, and see if there's any questions. I love the, oh my God, Space Jam.
If anyone has any questions, feel free to add those in the chat and we can get to answers.
This week may feel a little different for different reasons, but you will be in class. You'll have your first year experience class known as Making Connections. Your faculty in that group that's teaching those courses is an excellent resource for you as well. Definitely make sure that when you get into that class, you jot down their information in their email. That's another handy resource this first week.
So someone in the chat asked about work study. That is something, whenever you fill out your FAFSA every year for federal aid, you can check a box there that says that you're interested in receiving federal work study. If you're not sure if you checked that box or if you received work study, you can contact financial aid. I'll put their email in the chat, and just contact financial aid, ask about work study, and they can kind of walk you through that process.
I'm just going to ask it in person.
Or that, you can stop by their office too. And Gerard, I think, were you saying something?
I was. We just completed our Summer Bridge Early Arrival Program, and we had a representative from financial aid to speak with our students. There are some additional resources available in work study monies. They've awarded the original round of monies. So students at this point will be placed on a waiting list. And so you will want to speak with your specific financial aid counselor, and they're assigned to you by last name, and that breakdown is on their website. So just email that counselor. They'll let you know, one, if you're eligible for work study, and then two, if you can be added to the wait list. But there are some monies still available, but they're doing the wait list first and then going to go through the awarding process. So I would certainly encourage students to jump on top of those resources.
And
Oh, I was going to say there was also a question about sending links to degree plans. And if your major is general studies, or is this it? If your major is general studies or interdisciplinary studies, no, you did not have a link sent to you for your degree plan, but you will have an academic advisor assigned to you from our department. And so we encourage you to stop by our department so that you can find out who that academic advisor is and get connected. And you'll also get a degree plan in your intro to interdisciplinary studies class, which most of you should be registered for. And if not, you can still get that degree plan just by stopping by our office or reaching out to someone, either Dr. Alberta Coleman, Mrs. Courtney Bracey, or myself, Nikesha Nesbitt, and we'll be more than happy to get that degree plan for you. And Ms. Carter may have some comments about students in transition studies.
Or undecided as well.
Yes.
I think the question was if they had to go to the other links. So the other links for the welcome for the different colleges, this is the only one you have to go to today. You don't have to go to the welcomes for nursing students or for criminology or any of those things. So this is the only session that you would have to attend for a welcome.
And if you're exploring just information about your majors, you can work with your advisor, and there are degree information online as well.
I was also going to mention there's some questions about the student ID. There is a mobile credentials that you can set up now. I am looking for the website that gives some more information about that. I'll drop that in the chat whenever I find it. You can also, as Spencer said, you can stop by the Student ID Center. That is in the Student Union down the hall from the bookstore. It's kind of in between the bookstore and the post office.
I believe there's a question also regarding using computers in the library to join classes. Absolutely. Everything has been spread out so that there's a distance between computers, but there are computers in the library and a few other places on campus if you need a way to access your classes. Anyone want to speak to getting involved in student activities and organizations?
I think in the chat, they mentioned that there is going to be tables on the lawn this week with many of the clubs and organizations. And then Kelly also mentioned that there's going to be a virtual club fair in the A-State app. I don't really have any details about that. Kelly, can you explain?
So Katy Province and the Leadership Center has encouraged all of our clubs on campus to include information about their club or organization in the A-State app on Wednesday. So you may, throughout the day, just in the regular feed, see information about different clubs and organizations. And then Courtney Bracey also included in the chat the link to our student organizations. So you can see a full list of student organizations there, and there should be contact information for each of those if there's one in particular that you want to reach out to.
So back to the ID cards, the mobile credentials, I'm just going to share my screen real quick. IT has actually created this really useful website for tech tips for campus. There's all kinds of information. I know someone was asking about where to find out where your classes are located. There's where your building is located. How do you find out where those classes are? This is all in the Back to School Tips website, which I dropped in the chat. There's also information about how to log into Blackboard, how to get your parking permit, and the mobile credentials on your smart device. That'll you can find out information about how to get that there too.
Melissa Jackson, could you speak briefly about how to declare a major?
As you're exploring the options that we have here at the university for the various majors, we want to make sure that you're finding the best fit for you. So you can view those major options online if you go to the A-State website, and I believe the link was added there in the chat feature. However, once you're wanting to declare your specific major, you would visit with an advisor in that department, and that advisor will go in and they will list you as a new advisor in their department, will help you get all of that changed officially. And we want to make sure that you know where to find those advisors. We do have a link on the A-State website that lists all of the professional advisors for all of the various colleges here. And we will also add that link to our chat feature here so that you'll have that information at your fingertips very easily accessible.
Spencer mentioned a really good tip for using the computers in the library. If you're going to be using those for your classes, make sure you bring a headset. Were there any more questions? No dumb questions, Aaliyah. How do you know the exact time your class starts? If it says 12 to 12:50, so that means that your class starts at 12 and it will be over at 12:50. And it looks, since it's 12 to 12:50, it's probably a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. So you'll start, your first day of class this week will be Wednesday at 12 o'clock.
And you can email us again at pacsupport@astate.edu because you're going to have a lot of questions, and we completely understand that at this time of the year. And that's confusing. Your class says it meets 1 hour, but we call it a 3-hour class. It's really normally it's looking at the amount of time you spend in that class per week. So it may be spread out on a Tuesday, Thursday. I teach a class on Monday afternoons from 2 to 5. So we pack it in 1 day a week. It's an upper level class. But it may be that you meet Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And also to help spread students out and be at a social distance, some of your classes may meet one of those days in person and the other 2 days may be virtual. And we realize there's a learning curve in figuring out some of this software, so we want to be available to you for that as well.
Yes, there's only one library on campus, the Dean B. Ellis Library here, kind of in the middle. We have the clock tower, like Kelly just said. Oh, and Shaq pointed out something that's really helpful. If you see MWF, that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. TR is Tuesday, Thursday. The R stands for Thursday. That can be confusing.
Students, please check your emails frequently now, because right now you're receiving emails from your instructors to tell you your breakdown for those classes. So it may say Monday, Wednesday, Friday on your schedule, but you may only be going on Friday in person. So please check your A-State email. We're not using your personal email accounts. Check your A-State email for all of your instructors' emails to see when, in fact, you are coming to class and you're not showing up on the wrong day. You have to send it away.
Cara, I think that's a lovely piece of advice to end on. And those of students that want to stay in the room, those of us that are able to stay, including Alyssa Wells, will stay and continue to answer questions. But please check your A-State email this week. Always check it, but more importantly this week, because things are changing. You'll get a lot of information. Weed through it and take out what you don't need, but be sure to stay on top of your A-State email. So if you have continual questions, stay with us. We will be here until we can answer all of your questions. And other students, if you're finding that you've got all your questions answered, masks up and woods up. Masks up and wolves up this week.
Wolves up. I got a question.
Go ahead with your question.
Do I like to declare like a major or something? Because I checked in my registration status, I didn't declare one, so well, I'll be more likely to declare one.
What you'll want to do when you're ready to declare a major, you'll visit with that area for what you want to declare the major. So if you're undecided, that means you're still exploring. Very typical for our first-year students. So there's no rush. But if you think you're ready to declare a major, you'll want to go visit with the major that you're interested in, say that it's biology or others. And if you've got an advisor now, you might be with our Transition Studies program or with the Wilson Advising Center. You might want to start with them first, and they can help direct you in the right direction.
Thanks.
Great. Thank you for those that are still in the room. Any other questions, Alyssa?
There's been a couple of questions in the chat. Syllabi, professors, instructors will provide you with a syllabus, usually on the first day of class. They are often located in your Blackboard course, so you can find that online. And then I know that Madeline mentioned that there are other computer labs across campus. Even though there is only one library, there are lots of labs across campus that you can use computers. I know there's one in the college, in the Humanities and Social Sciences building. I'm sure most buildings or most colleges have a computer lab as well that you can use. And I think there was a question about books. You can wait until the first day to find out exactly what books you need whenever you receive your syllabus.
Okay, I think we've slowed down on the questions. Please remember us at taxsupport@astate.edu. We are here to answer your questions, and everybody have a fantastic first week to the semester.